I don't understand this at all. Okay, so I learned a few things. Hopefully, let me turn the volume down. I don't have an issue with. Hopefully, I don't have an issue with the internet. This is constantly bumping me off, and I don't know why. So, I don't know what's going on. The picture quality sucks. The internet's not exactly. Oh, there we go. All right, looks like it's getting a little better. Joe Thorburn. Yep, I'm live. I'm going to be. I told you I'd be on tonight, and I just want to make sure I'm on this evening. And at 7 p.m. I have to do a stream of music, DJing. So, but I've been having a hell of a time connecting to the internet here. I've had to start the stream 3 times because it keeps being bumped off. I don't know what's going on. The internet's giving me problems. So. I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling okay. I'm just, I think the weather definitely has a factor into how I feel from day to day. I don't know why that would actually cause an issue with my heart, but that could be the diabetes too. I don't know. So let me fill you guys in on what I've done here. What's going on? And now I can't see it that far away. Do me a favor, guys. Text in caps. Put your caps lock on and text everything in caps, so I can see. I can see your. God, I wish there was a way to adjust the size without changing my whole computer screen. Mr. Braxton, how we doing, buddy? What was the first mask you made? This, God, I don't know. It was a Michael Myers mask. Yes, thank you. Put the caps on. I totally get it. I know that it's better than if you guys use your caps. I can see the text a little bit better. I'm going to try to move the screen over just a little bit, just a touch, and see if that helps a little. And believe it or not, that helped me a lot. Okay. Yeah, it's not so much to my mood. I'm really an upbeat person, regardless of my health issues and everything. I'm a very upbeat person. I'm a very positive type of thinker. I've never dwelled or, you know, I don't sit in negativity. I really don't. Am I happy with the way the world's going? No, I'm not. But I'm not living there. I'm not going to stay in that function. I'm not going to treat people bad because of how things are. So that said, I don't want to get into politics because politics is not something YouTube likes on anybody's channel. So I just avoid it. So what do you guys want to know first? I've done a lot of changes to sculpture, and I have a lot more to do. And I figured out some things. And I think I got the lips just a little bit too thick here, the tops. They have to come down just a little bit more. But I figured out quite a bit of this sculpture and what was wrong with it. One, I had to address the nose. This nose, let me try to turn it so you guys can see directly what I did. All right, there we go. All right. I had this nose a little bit slanted to the right. It's right. I had it slanted just a little bit this way. All right, because that was supposed to replicate the original skull, the original mask. The flashback mask is yeah, the lips are smaller. Yeah, I know they are. I have to bring them down, especially this side. This side's a little too big. Anyway, I know about that. I'm just, you notice this is all rough clay. All right. So what happened was I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the sculpture. It was driving me bat crap nuts. And first I forgot about the nose, and I went, oh, you know what? I got to straighten out that nose. So I actually added more clay to this side, added a little bit of clay in this area, and it gave it a straighter. Made it look a little straighter, and it still had the bulge in here. I still got to fix it, and I still got to sculpt underneath it here a little bit to give it more of that flashback look. Um, you know, it's all gonna come into play. This is all roughed in. All right, so the first thing I noticed was like when I bumped out this scowl, all right, I didn't address the cheek line, and I don't mean up in here. I mean down in here. You have to have these cheeks out a little bit further. It didn't look right. I was like, what? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with this look. And that's exactly what it was. It was the cheek lines weren't out far enough. Now, it's still got to get smoothed in real nice and everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to add a little bit more clay in here because this is too much of a hard edge here. It's not supposed to be that deep. So there'll be more clay added in this area, and then brought in so it's smoother and not as pronounced as it is right now. But the cheek lines are now accurate, and that changed the whole way that the face looks. It really does. Now the other thing I have to do, and I've already started to do it, is on the flashback mask, this area here, on this side, right in here, is carved in quite a bit. It's actually concaved real deep on this side, and also it bulges right in this area a little bit. I didn't add nothing to this yet, but this bulges right to here, and then it kind of slants down. The ear is slightly pitched a little bit. It's slightly pitched in this direction, where this one here is almost straight. So the ear is like that, but that's because I got to add more clay in this area here, all right, and bring that slant more, you know, this area right here needs to be filled in, and there has to be more of a slant. The bulge has to be here, and the same goes for the other side. The bulge has to be over on this side, and this area also gets carved out. And then the jawline is going to be brought in just a little tiny bit more. The jawline's pretty close now, but it still has to go a little bit closer. Now I know the lips have to be fixed. I'm not too worried about them. The lips are close. They're real close. I just have to bring this down a little bit. That's all. And all I have to do that is this. I'll show you. I'll just show you instead of. You get the gist? It's not a real big deal. See what I'm saying? Yep. And this area here has to be done a little bit better. I don't want it rounded. It has to have a little bit of slant there. So, yeah, it's really not that far off. I'll have it really nailed when it's all said and done. I'm not working on fine details right now. Right now I'm working on getting the face, the head shaped right. Everything has to be shaped right before I can actually start doing fine details. Now I'll have to add some clay in here. I can already see that that's too dug in right in this area now because it's, and I'm going to add just a little tiny bit at a time to bring that out. And I'll show you what I mean. All right. You just add a little bit of time. See how concave that is right there? Well, that can't be like that. Yeah, the eyebrows aren't done. I only had the old positioning is all I did is I made sure the positioning was right in here. And I was doing that to make sure, I had to make sure that there was enough distance between the eye cut and where the bottom of the eyebrow is. They're getting scraped off of there. That's going to be changed. I could tell you this too. This here, this pitch needs to be like this on the scowl here. Has to be more like this instead of how it is right now like that. It has to be more like that. All right, so there's all these little details that are still implemented in the original sculpture that I did with the Night Creeper 78, and that's something that has to be changed. See what I'm doing here? I'm making it so this cliff is not too drastic. You know, it'll look good when it's all said and done. Right now, like I said, the more I kept looking at my sculpture, the more I realized, hey, you know what? The problem is I'm still trying to hang on to my original sculpture instead of making the drastic changes that are needed to bring this into what the flashback is. There's a lot. Okay, let me read your comments, guys. Okay, the weather can affect you. That's where I left off the last time. Braxton, I'm just going to call you Braxton, Mr. Braxton. What was the first mask you made? You know, it looks like shit. That first mask looked like crap, and it was a Michael Myers mask, so we won't go there. You know, and honestly, I keep redoing it. I kept doing it and kept doing it. I never put it in production as far as for sale because I was never happy with any of the masks that I had completed. And I, attempted the one mask to sell it, and I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm not satisfied with it, so I quickly took it off. Took it off for sale. I don't want it for sale, and that's where I'm at. And right now, I'm happy with my 78 Night Creeper 78. I just have to silicone the master copy, and we're on to the flashback. I'm working on the flashback now. I want to get the flashback really nice. I even changed the way these lips are here. This part here, it's now you'll see when I put it on the profile, the side profile. Now I'm probably going to have to cut away some of this neck in here and on both sides because I am going to narrow the jaw down just a little bit more, not much more, but just a little bit more. All right, John. Joe Thornburn. Not many people are like that. No, it's true, Joe Thornburn. I look. Here's what it is. I faced death many times in my life, and you know, when you have actually thought you were going to die, boy, your life changes real quick. Your whole perspective of life changes real quick. You know, you don't dwell on the negative things. You dwell on the things that, you know, are positive in your life, and you say, you know, not everything's great. Nothing's ever great. We don't all have great lives. That'd be wonderful if that was the case. There wouldn't be any wars, would there? There wouldn't be any fighting. There'd be a lot of happy people. But that's not the case. But I also believe in making your happiness too. You know, your happiness can't be because of something. It can't be because I have, you know, I don't believe in having a bad day. I believe in having just a weird day. If you have a weird day, I don't, if you dwell on that bad day where you're just like completely, if you let it absorb you, having a bad day, you know, things go wrong, things happen. Don't let it absorb you though, and just, you know, okay, well, let's fix it or move on. You know, do what you can, and that's all you can do. But I'm not going to be miserable. I'm not going to let it affect my mood. I'm really not going to let that happen. And I really try to live that way. And I think facing death, when you know, when you're faced with death at a young age, I'm not going to get into details with that, but it was heart related and everything. So, um, you know, you just have to understand that until you really face that music, you'll never understand what it means to actually. Here's what I'm going to say. This I'm going to say this. You don't know what it's like to. You really don't appreciate life until it may not be there tomorrow. Then you realize just how important life is to you. You know, and the first things that goes through my mind is all the things that I love in life. I mean, I love a lot of things in life. I love my art. I love the music. There's so much that I would miss, you know, going to the other side. Maybe they'll have it set up to where I have all my music and everything there, and my sculpting. I can get into that on the other side. I don't know. Who knows what's on the other side? But I just know that positivity is something that I believe in firmly. I really believe in trying to be very positive with everything. That's important. You know, when you're younger, you know, we beat each other. We beat ourselves up a lot. You know, trying to be too perfect in every way in things. You know, I am a perfectionist by nature, but I don't let it eat at me. You know, I say, okay, if that ain't right, just keep working until it is right. Just like the sculpture. You know, I don't care if it takes me 5 years to complete this. I'm going to make sure that this looks really good. I'm not putting out a piece of crap. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in just, oh, well, you know what, I'm going to make it for Halloween. I'm trying to get this out for Halloween, yes. But every time I do something, I learn something else, and I go, oh my God, that's got to be fixed. This has got to be fixed. That's got to be fixed. And, you know, we're going off of two-dimensional pictures. You can't, you just, like this side, I finally scraped down this bulge out here. This side was it was so protruding on this side. If you look at the other video, you'll see that this side was bulging too much. And this eye cut looks like it's a little too big in this area. I have to figure that out. That's something down the road. Like I said, right now I'm focusing on getting the shape of the head correct. I have to get that right. Like I still feel that this head's too square. All right. This has to be more tapered down more. This jawline has to be taken down just a little bit more on each side. I need more of a wedged look with the flashback mask. It can't look this square. So, you know, and I have to sneak it in. You can't do this too dramatically. If you overdo it too quickly, you will have issues. Promise you. You will have some severe issues if you, you know, that's the key. And as far as this goes, let me take a look at this on this side here. Now, see, I really like the way that looks, but it's still too harsh of a line here, but I want to keep this depth here. So keeping this cheek out. I don't want to carve away and make it look the bleed in here right. What I have to do is I have to fill this in. You get what I'm saying? I have to fill this in to bring this so it's not so rough there. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it down into this. Kind of get the gist, right? You see what I'm doing here? Taking out those hard lines. Now there's a really sharp line right in here, but I'll smooth that out too. You see what that did now? You see what that did? I took out that hard line, but I still have to add a little more to that top because I think I just put a little too much in here. So now I can address this area here. I'm just trying to take the sharp line out of it. Trying to take the sharp line out of it. Yeah, I probably won't be on as long today because I'm just working on trying to get the shape correct. Now what I'm doing is I'm making a little worm of clay here. I'm going to stick that. I need to turn it just a little bit. Now I have a picture. It's a nag mask. It's the only picture I can find that really gives me the definition, the high definition of what the face really looks like, you know, as far as the shadowing and everything. So, you know, there's a lot to be said for that. And it's just tough. It's a tough sculpture to really nail. Guys are dirt biking out there. there's not enough clay right in that little spot. Right in here. The skin's so rough, and I don't even know why, but it's really rough. So it's creating all these little scratch lines for my. Now, what I do is now this one here. This is a cutting tool. When you're using these type of sculpting tools, there's two different types of tools. You have a cutting tool, and then you have a tool that moves clay. I'll show you what that is. Now, this is more for very soft clay. This is just a round tubular shaped wire, all right? This actually has a sharp edge on it, and it cuts the clay. This here will just shape it and move it. This is made more for very soft clay. Like if you're using a real soft clay, you can shape everything with this. I prefer the method of, because I guess it's from whittling all these years. Over the years, I used to whittle a lot. So I like to add my clay and then take the clay away to get the shape correct. Um, that's my method that I prefer to use. Now I want to see something here because this feels like it's still too sharp of a. I also narrowed the chin down a little bit too. I cut away in here. This was sticking out a little bit too far over here. The chin on both sides is now more narrow or more rounded here. All right. But I also have to, I saw something I have to fix on the sculpture, actually on the mask itself. And that is I still got a lot to do to shape the head here right, to get this so where the ear is pitched. But I'm getting there. It's really going to come in really nice. This is going to be a really nice flashback mask when this is all said and done. You know, it doesn't look like it's there yet, not even close. But it's going to be nice when it's done. I'm really shooting for perfection. I think the flashback mask is one of those masks that people don't realize just how good that mask is. Some people hate that mask, and I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why. Because as an artist, and you see what he did and how he did it and why he did it the way he did it, uh, you totally understand the. Just trying to get these bumps smoothed out. The flashback mask is a good mask. It's a really nice look of what I believe was a good rendition of the of making it look very close to the 78, but yet still had its own flavor. Um, it has its own look. So I appreciate that mask. I do. I really like that. I really like the flashback. And the more I see it, the more I like it. Now, when I say see it, the only one I've really liked is I like the screen. I have not liked a lot of these people's versions of it, and I just think that it just misses the mark just a little bit on everybody's version. Even the nag mask is a little off. Maybe they have another version of it that they've done again. I've heard some people say that. But I don't know. I'll straighten this out as I can, because I'm just trying to smooth out the bumps. And if I have to add a little more here, I will. But I got to really get these jaw lines right. I got to get this jaw line down right. Yeah, that's starting to taper nicely now. This side's real bad. Let me see what I can do here. Let me flip it over. Yeah, see, this is. Cut a little bit too much off of there. See, it's my skin. It's all scraping. I really like to use my hands, but my skin right now feels really yuck. So let me see. Let me read your comments, if any. Yeah, I still have it. I only have one copy. I don't even have the mold for it anymore. I got rid of the mold because I hated the mask. I have the mask. I only have one copy of it, and I can show it to you, and you're gonna laugh your ass off. Give me a second here. I'll turn my camera onto it. Need a smaller. There it is. That looks a lot better. Yeah, let me turn the camera onto it. You want to see that mask? Yes, I'll show. As a matter of fact, I don't want to turn the camera. I'll put it right here. I'll put it right there in front. And it's got the hair on it and it's painted. It looks like crap though. Don't overjudge me. This mask is like 4 years old. I only started doing these masks. Wow, the rubber's still in really good shape. Come on. Okay, I dropped something all over the floor. Jesus. But you see how ugly and bad this mask was. Now this mask was to replicate, before I show it, this mask was to replicate the 2018 before we actually seen what the mask looked like. Uh, the mask was not available for display. It was before the movie even came out. Um, I got some behind the scenes. I forget how I got pictures. I got pictures of the mask, but it wasn't the mask. It was somebody's concept of the mask. It was kind of leaked. I guess leaked information, but it wasn't real accurate. So I had no real way to accurately do the mask. Um, so there's so much wrong with it because of the fact that I didn't have any real pictures of the mask. A lot of people that were trying to jump on that mask right away, early, like myself, had no idea what the mask was. What I should have done, uh, when you see this mask, what I should have done was make it look more like the original 78, all right, like I did with my 78 Night Creeper, and then aged it. That's what I should have done, looking back. And then I should have just waited till the movie came out, and then really did a better, accurate mask altogether. So, without further ado, here is the mask. Look how look how carved the jaw is. Look how oh, it's so awful. This is my first mask. My very first attempt at sculpting Michael Myers, and it has all the cuts from what I saw, from what I could gather. The jawline, once again, sticks out way too far. It's too narrow. There's so much wrong with this. I don't even want to discuss it. But there it is. This is what it is. I made the cuts in here real deep into the mask. It's creepy though. It has its creepy look. I just wish the lips were more accurate. But it has a very creepy look to it by itself. But that's it. Will I wear it? I mean, this mask is huge, and I've lost a lot of weight. I can put it on and then back the camera up. Let me see if I can back the camera up. Man, this thing is floating on me. I can. This thing is like, I mean, my head is so much smaller now. I've lost so much weight. I've lost 90 pounds, and a lot of it came off my face. So, let me see if I can do this without. I don't know how I can do it because I'm. Let me back the camera up. That's what I'll do. And then I'll put it up in the air a little bit too. Hang on. Man, it's windy out there. Back the camera up. See me? Let me put the light on me. Look how little my head is now. I've lost a lot of weight, guys. It's a good thing. I don't put myself on camera too much, but this mask it doesn't even have a seam in the back. It's not even opened up. It's a very thick pour too. This mask is really thick. Well, let me pull it up so you can see it. It's a really thick mask. Now, would I sell it? I don't know. It's my very first mask. It's the only one that still exists. Now, I'm sorry, my brother has one. My brother has one. Jesus, come on. Yeah, my brother has a mask too. I gave him one of those. But I never put it in production because I was never happy with it. So I have a little bit of chunk underneath it here, but it's really starting to go away. If you guys want to, let me just put the camera up just a little bit higher. You know, I've lost a lot of weight in my face, so it's really weird, man. I've lost so much weight. It's my shoulders have lost all the weight. My chest has lost a lot of weight. I still have it around the waistline a little bit. A lot. I still got 120 pounds to go, guys. I still got to go another 120 pounds, and that'll bring me back to my old, perfect weight. I don't know that I'll get to that weight, but I'm not trying to go. It is this at this age. This isn't about looks. This is all about strictly feeling good, and being able to do things with the last 20 years of my life. Maybe I'm lucky I lived to 90. I doubt it, but doesn't run in my family bloodline. 80's about the max. And with all the issues that I have wrong, I doubt I'll make that. But with that being said, I'll take quality over quantity any day of the week. I don't care if I only live 5 more years. I want to have good quality. I'll risk everything. I'll go to that operating table. I'm going to have my heart ablated. I'll do whatever I have to do. If I have to have, because when they do a stress test on me, they're going to do a stress test. And if there's any blockages, they can't do the ablation right away. So they'll have to probably do open heart surgery and fix that. I don't think there's any blockages because I do eat good. And the thing is, as big as I am, I never really ate bad. I was never a bad eater. And I never ate large quantities. My wife eats more than I do. She couldn't figure it out. I'm like, how do you gain weight and you eat less than I do? She says it to me all the time. And I mean, for years I've gone on every damn diet. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. I've done everything. I got to the point where I was eating lettuce and that was it. I was never a big sugar person. I didn't eat a lot of sugar. Didn't eat a lot of junk food. It's just our metabolisms. We're born, we inherit this stuff. And, I've got friends that are saying, oh, Ozempic, you got to be careful. A lot of people are dying. A lot of people are having problems, massive, real serious problems with it. I got news for you. When a doctor says to you, you may not live another year if you don't do something about this, and I need to put you on Ozempic, and this will at least get you on the road to recovery. When you're faced with that music, you're going to do what they tell you to do, because you're not, I look at it this way, like I said, quality over quantity. I don't like living and not being able to do the things I enjoy. This coming fall, it's going to be fun for me. As long as everything goes good with my ablation, everything goes back to normal. I get to actually exercise on my bike a little bit. My plan is to do a lot of these haunts. I stopped going to haunts because I couldn't really walk that far. I was in such bad shape. Now, I'm going down steps like nothing's going wrong, except for my heart right now. I got to be careful. I can't overdo it because my palpitations. Well, it's my heart. It beats funny. I'll show you how it goes. It's boom, 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 boom. That's how my heart beats. That's called arrhythmia. All right. And what they do is they go in and they short out those nerves that are causing those rapid heartbeats. and it brings you back to normal. You know, that's the normal heartbeat. Um, you know, and a thud, when you hear a thump thump, that's, it brings it, the heart constricts, pulls the blood into it, and then that second thump is when it comes out, and that's why you get that thump 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 thump, and the heart chambers, they work separately. It's thump 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 thump. So it's really weird. It's a, you know, I've learned a lot because I've had this condition for over 30 years. So, you know, oh, the pumpkins. Believe it or not, I got them. Where did I get them? Place we go. We have a place here called Michael's. It's a, and in the fall, I plan on making pumpkins. You know, Halloween pumpkins. I already started the Halloween 2 one. I broke it though. Hold on, let me grab it. Let me show you what I did here. I should glue this back in place just so I don't break it again. Hold on. Well, there's a broken piece on it, and it's the nose area. It's this area here where the nose is. I'll show it to you real quick. Hold on. Here it goes like that. This broken piece. All right. This is the Halloween 2. I carved it out, and I'm opening up this section, and I have the other section somewhere around here. I can't remember where I put it, but I have another piece that goes here, and I'm making it so it opens up. It opens up and reveals the skull inside the. It'll open up, and it'll reveal the skull. Man, it's too bright. Hold on. Let me bring the camera back down. Let's get the camera back on the mask. All right, what's going on? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm back on, I think. Back on. Okay, so yeah, so I got these pumpkins. Sorry guys, the internet's really bad today. I don't know what's going on, why this is doing this. Give me a second here. I'm trying to plug in my phone. There we go, so we don't lose the battery. Look how bad the reception is. Look how it has to. You have to let it. I'm gonna sit and chat now because I think I'm pretty much done. It keeps cutting in and out. What's going on or why it's doing it? Did it again. I keep losing video feed. I don't know. Maybe it's on my end. You know what I think is going on? I have my other services up. Do you play games? The only games I play, Braxton, are I have the original Tomb Raider games, part 1, 2, and 3. And I got to say, I have other games too. I have like, I like strategy games. I don't like anything that's just slice and dice or shoot 'em up and no real purpose to the game except for shooting and run. Shoot and run or slice and dice and run, you know, and on to the next guy. And I just, that's just so mindless. There's no thinking, there's no process to it. Love horror. Love horror. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love horror. Um, yeah, I love horror movies. I love everything to do with about horror, and I like going to like Comic Con, or not Comic Con. That's more comics. Monster Mania. I like going to those. Uh, what did you say? Granny. What is Granny? Have you played Granny? I don't know what Granny is. Grand Theft, maybe? Is that what you mean? Grand Theft Auto? To me, that's boring. You just run around the city and just. It's a horror game. Not aware of it. Hit the like, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like and hit, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It definitely helps. The internet keeps bumping me off. Really weird. Well, actually, I keep losing video. It's a good horror game. I saw a couple. I don't know if they were makeshift horror games that, like, Michael. They look good. And I also saw one that was Jason, Friday the 13th. That looked good. I love that kind of game where you're Jason or you're a character. That would be really cool. I don't know if there's any that actually exist, or was it made for the internet only, where like YouTube. Somebody was doing a YouTube. I'll have to check it out. Granny, huh? It's a good horror. So I'm pretty much done sculpting today. I don't feel like doing much more. I did a lot to the sculpture. I've actually added the cheeks, the bottom of the cheeks. I fixed the right, this eye over here. The bump out was too far over here. It looked too, I don't know, it just looked too bulked out. I'm lowering that jawline. It's starting to taper in nicely now. I can see it. I just have to do the same thing on this side. See this side? It's tapering nice. That's where I want it. I don't need to go any further with that. I just need to bring this line down a little bit. And I also have to bulge out the top of the head a little bit more. Get the ear cuts right. I'm redoing the ears completely. Asylum, last hangout. What did you say, Asylum? You know what? I can look on the phone now. I can just scroll down. Okay, so at Asylum, I see Joe Thorburn. Where did Asylum jump in here? Oh, there he is. Asylum Dead. Halloween 2 pumpkin with the skull would be awesome. Yes, I'm doing that pumpkin. I'm doing the skull and the pumpkin, the whole 9 yards. But I have to figure out a way. I want it to do exactly what it did in the opening of Halloween 2. I want the pumpkin to reveal, the skull. And I want it to do the same effect, but I got to figure out exactly what they used. It almost looks like some kind of sticky cobwebbing that was stuck to the mask, because it looks like it's a latex mask that's actually inside. It's not actually a hard skull. It looks like a latex mask that stretched as this thing kind of opened up. Well, give me the premise of the horror game that you're talking about. What is it about? What is the story? What is the story of the horror game that you're talking about? Granny. What's the storyline? I'm probably going to be jumping off here in a few minutes, just so you guys know. I have to stream. If you guys want to join me on YouTube, not YouTube, I'm sorry. You can join me on Kick. I will be streaming on Kick, and it's KICK. Look me up on Kick and look me up under DJ Styles with two Y's. DJ Styles. DJ YYLES. It's all one word. It's all one. Yeah, no separation between DJ. It's DJ Styles, all one word, on Kick. And you can join my stream. I'll be doing music, freestyle. I'm doing 80s freestyle tonight, just so you know. Okay, so what's going on? Yeah, the phone's really slow. All right, so this phone's not updating like the computer does. Oh, I have to read the computer. I have to go over to the computer to read that. Yeah, that's a little too close. Now it looks like it's. All right, a little trick that you have to learn when you're filming, like if you guys are doing videos with YouTube and you're using your phone, never, or whatever you're shooting on, with your video, never be too close to it, because like if you see how this looks, the face doesn't look right, because it looks very narrow. It's because as you get close to the object, it narrows the face. It makes it look very narrow. Learned that mistake. Actually, Nick Mulligano was kind enough to tell me the details of that. So I'm very lethargic, and I can't believe I got to stream this show tonight. But it's not going to be too long. I'm probably going to be like an hour show with Kick. I don't use Mixcloud. Kick is where it's at. It's free too. You have to sign up to Kick, and it's free. And you can watch my stream, and I have a video that I run these dance montage videos in the background, so we can. You can, if you're, as long as you're looking for freestyle, because I'm doing freestyle tonight, 80s freestyle, Latin-y freestyle, like, it's not Latin music, it's like Stevie B, that kind of thing, Noel, that sort of thing. So I'll be on at 7 p.m. and, sign up to Kick. You guys can join me on there and catch that. And there's comments, just like you do on here. You can comment, you can request songs and stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It works. So I gotta go read your comments from over here because my phone's not updating fast enough. Escape routes. Silent, I said it. I'm not sure. What the hell? It still says it's on. It's just the computer's freezing up. Yeah, it's constantly cutting off. Yeah, so the stream's not even going right now. I don't understand this. I guess my stream ended. It's disconnecting me, guys. I'm going to jump off of here. keeps disconnecting me. I don't know what's going on. Internet's been really crappy today. YouTube sucks today. So I think it's one of the days everybody's on Sunday.